3, hit it!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to today's Caffeine for the Soul. And if you like these podcasts, and if this isn't your first one, you probably do because you came back, check out our free basic course at michaelneill.org/basic. Since I got into the personal development, spiritual development, business success, I don't know what the overall category is, but let's call it let's take a look at life and see how to get more out of it field. One of the pieces of advice that comes up again and again and again and again and again in lots of different forms is just be yourself. And that used to piss me off because I didn't know who that was. I didn't know how to do that. And nobody seemed to be able to tell me. It just sort of, they were just like, oh, it's good for you. And I'm like, oh, great. And it got to the point where I just thought, okay, this is New Age twaddle. This isn't a real thing. This is, because to me, I knew who I was. I was a worthless piece of crap. So why would I want to be a worthless piece of crap? Why was that the secret to success? And even when I started maybe questioning that maybe I wasn't quite as worthless a piece of crap as I thought that I was, it still didn't really seem like a big deal. And in more recent years, two women who've been influential in my life have talked about it in ways that have made me reconsider it and revisit it. And I want to share what I've come to see through my conversations with them. And the first is Anita Moorjani. If you don't know Anita Moorjani, you should. She's written a couple of New York Times bestselling books, the first of which, Dying to Be Me, spent a couple of years on the bestseller list. And she's an amazing teacher. And we have a program with her called Experiencing God, where she and I taught together and talked together. And one of the things we talked about was being yourself. And she sort of put that forward as like, this is the key. This is your get out of jail free card. Like whatever is going on in your world, if you just go back to being yourself, so much gets taken care of. And I knew when I was with her that she meant it. And I could kind of see and feel when I was with her the power of it, but I still didn't get it. And then another mentor of mine who I talk about in these podcasts a lot, Mavis Karn, who literally I was in studio yesterday with her as she recorded the audiobook of her new book, It's That Simple, A User's Guide for Human Beings. She talks a lot about being yourself. In fact, I don't know if she said this or I said this listening to her, but she talks about kind of the whole game of life is show up, be yourself, see what happens. But even though in the same ways with Anita, with Mavis, I could see the power of it in her, I could feel the power of it from her, I got a sense even in me that it was powerful. I didn't really know how to do it. So I kept thinking, well, okay, who am I? And then I'll try to be that. And then I kind of intuited that you kind of can't not be yourself. But given that you can't not be yourself, I didn't understand why being yourself was so helpful because you're always being. Anyways, you can tell I got in my head about it, and maybe I've just gotten you in your head about it, but I'm about to get you back out. So stay with me. Here's what I saw. Being myself is not different to being exactly as I am right now. In other words, being myself is being exactly as I am, even if I'm caught up, even if I'm confused, even if I'm judging myself or others or my life, even when things are going well, even when things are going poorly, even when I don't know what to do next, even when I'm in flow, because I am simply being myself, having whatever experience I'm having right now. And I think the reason that when you are willing to be exactly as you are right now is enough to elevate everything to a higher plane is because we spend so much of our time trying to mitigate ourselves, trying to shape ourselves, trying to change ourselves, trying to find our real self, which must be different to the self I am now, because the self I am now is having a crap experience, and everyone says being myself is great. Well, being yourself is exactly as you are right now. It is not a different feeling. It is not a different experience. It is the you that is experiencing whatever you are experiencing right now. It is you fully owned, embodied, embraced as you are now. And I hope, even in hearing these words, you get a bit of a sense of that, of how different it is to be yourself exactly as you are right now. Not a different self, not a better self, not a more socially acceptable self. You, as you are right now. And there's not a lot else I can say other than give it a go. This week, spend some time being yourself, being exactly as you are right now. Now, I don't mean in 2 days trying to be exactly as you were when you heard this. I mean being exactly as you are right now in any now. And here's a preview of coming attractions. You will start to show up more powerfully. You will start to have more impact on your environment and the people around you. You will start to have more creative ideas come to you and through you that are completely appropriate to the situations you find yourself in. And from that place, it will start to make sense why being yourself is a get-out-of-jail-free card. It will start to make sense why all you need to do is show up, be yourself exactly as you are right now, and see what happens. And a very different life starts to unfold. Have fun, learn heaps, happy exploring, and I'll talk with you soon.